Hi, my name is Megan, and I'll be talking about tourism and disaster. So, according to the American Hospitality Academy, tourism refers to the act of traveling for business or leisure purposes to a location outside your hometown or usual area. Whereas disaster, according to this course, is a dangerous event that causes significant human and economic loss and demands a crisis response beyond the scope of any single agency or jurisdiction. And the connection between the two is that visiting locations that are more exotic heighten the risk of exposures to natural disasters to this location. So here are just four examples of negative impacts on tourism. So soil erosion, natural habitat loss, pressure on endangered species, and increased pollution. So tourism often puts pressure on natural resources through overconsumption, often in places where resources are already scarce. And there's a big stress on tourism from local land use, and these are just four examples of them. These impacts can destroy the environmental resources in which tourism itself already depends on. Here are two examples of determinants of the impacts of disaster on tourism. So one being economic situation. So one of the main things to consider for tourism sector of recovery is the recovery of hotels and attractions. And obviously there will be a revenue change when a disaster strikes, as well as destination image. So the natural disaster is likely to cause consequences on the image of this destination. So it'll impact the region of tourism as a whole. And here are just a few ways on strengthening prevention for these natural disasters on tourism. One is being prepared. So making effective preparations for disaster prevention can impact human life, health, and property, as well as communication. So adequate and appropriate communication and consultation will ensure that stakeholders have a sense of the tourism risk management process, as well as monitoring. So it is essential so that continual improvements can be achieved and to ensure the currency and relevance of the tourism risk management process. So overall, tourism destinations should be considered for mainstreaming risk reduction in post-disaster recovery, including the use of hazard scenarios to anticipate long-term recovery issues. The desired result is that tourism destinations deliver on its promise consistently and has an established reputation for protecting its residents, businesses, and visitors against the effects of natural hazards. And here is my works cited.